Akandamandalakaram Yatamena Sharacharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Agyanati Mirandasya Dhyananjana Shalakaya Chakshum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvadam Jangalam Vyaptam Yat Kinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Babaji Ati Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sarvashruti Shiroratna Virachita Padam Pujaha Vedantam Bhuja Suryoya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Chaitanya Shashvata Shanto Vyomatito Niranjanaha Bindunada Kalatita Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnana Shakti Samaruda Tattvamala Vibhushitaha Bhukti Mukti Pradata Cha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidarine Atmajnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shoshanam Bhava Sindosha Vyapanam Sara Sampadaha Guru Padodakam Samyak Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Na Guroradikam Tattvam Na Guroradikam Tapaha Tattvajnana Param Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Manata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Guru Radhiranadisha Guru Paramadevatam Guru Parataram Nasti Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuja Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva.
Hara Krishnam Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishnam Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hara Hara Guru Deva, Hara Hara Guru Deva, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Hara Hara Guru Deva, Hara Hara Guru Deva, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Para Brahma Parameshwara, Hara Hara Guru Deva.
Om Avatar Shishai Namaha, Om Vishamai Namaha, Om Devakari Samvidyatai Namaha, Om Sukshmatanave Namaha, Om Chinmayai Namaha, Om Guru Murtaye Namaha, Om Sundarai Namaha, Om Sulochanai Namaha, Om Sumukrai Namaha, Om Charuhasai Namaha, Om Keshavai Namaha, Om Padmabhujai Namaha, Om Mandagamanai Namaha, Om Sarvaradharine Namaha, Om Ramai Namaha, Om Mandirastapakai Namaha, Om Shri Bhavachakai Namaha, Om Gayatri Ajvane Namaha, Om Arpana Siddharakai Namaha, Om Vishnu Pujakai Namaha, Om Namo Narayaneti Mantroposakai Namaha, Om Svarvamayai Namaha, Om Mandurakantai Namaha, Om Krishna Sankirtana Lolopai Namaha, Om Stotra Priyai Namaha, Om Mitabashine Namaha, Om Vagnine Namaha, Om Shitakala Visharadai Namaha, Om Vratadarai Namaha, Om Sadave Namaha, Om Jagatpantai Namaha, Om Sarvalokahitai Namaha, Om Bhakta Priyai Namaha, Om Surdhai Namaha, Om Anukulai Namaha, Om Neyai Namaha, Om Sudarshanai Namaha, Om Bhaktavatsalaय Namaha, Om Premamurtaye Namaha, Om Subekshanay Namaha, Om Pritivardhanay Namaha, Om Swastidayakay Namaha, Om Tarakay Namaha, Om Anugrahaya Namaha, Om Vardhanaya Namaha, Om Architaya Namaha, Om Artaya Namaha, Om Siddhipradaya Namaha, Om Janardhanaya Namaha, Om Manoharaya Namaha, Om Mahakshaya Namaha, Om Siddheshwaraya Namaha, Om Bhasmabhushitaya Namaha, Om Atmalingaya Namaha, Om Lingachana Protsakaya Namaha, Om Siddhisadanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, Om Karukasakaya Namaha, Om Sukshmaya Namaha, Om Vishokaya Namaha, Om Satvikaya Namaha, Om Samadarshine Namaha, Om Dakshaya Namaha, Om Achintyaya Namaha, Om Niramkaraya Namaha, Om Nirmohaya Namaha, Om Avyagraya Namaha, Om Jitakrodaya Namaha, Om Vinayashilaya Namaha, Om Svavashaya Namaha, Om Kushalaya Namaha, Om Shamaya Namaha, Om Satadharmaya Namaha, Om Nivikalpaya Namaha, Om Viraktaya Namaha, Om Adindraya Namaha, Om Satyasandaya Namaha, Om Pavitraya Namaha, Om Mandurasvabhavaya Namaha, Om Suranandaya Namaha, Om Nandanaya Namaha, Om Prasadmane Namaha, Om Bhaktanidaye Namaha, Om Sakshaye Namaha, Om Samatmaye Namaha, Om Sarayogine Namaha, Om Haraye Namaha, Om Sutapaya Namaha, Om Samyaya Namaha, Om Guryaya Namaha, Om Vimuktatmaya Namaha, Om Gabhiraya Namaha, Om Guptaya Namaha, Om Atmaramaya Namaha, Om Srinivasaya Namaha, Om Devaya Namaha, Om Ditidaraya Namaha, Om Danyaya Namaha, Om Gurave Namaha, Om Duradikramaya Namaha, Om Ganaya Namaha, Om Bhagavate Namaha, Om Harisharnamargadakshakaya Namaha, Om Kudasa Jagartakaya Namaha, Om Aviprayaya Namaha, Om Sarvamata Samatyaya Namaha, Om Shamaikatapavardakaya Namaha, Om Premavatara Sri Vishwananda Swamine Namaha. Ato Deva Avantano Yato Vishnur Vichakrame Pradivya Sapta Dhamabhi Idam Vishnur Vichakrame Tredan Hidare Padam Samudamasya Pagum Sure Trini Pada Vichakrame Vishnur Gopa Adabhyaha Ato Dharmani Dharyane Vishnu Karmani Pashyata Yato Vitani Paspase Indrasya Yujasakha Tad Vishno Paramam Paragum Sarapashanti Surya Divi Vachakshura Tatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagurvagum Sasanindade Vishnu Yat Paramam Padam. Om Premavataraaya Vidmahi Satgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya Vidmahi Satgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayate. Om Premavataraaya Vidmahi Satgurudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishwananda Prachodayate. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvikram Guruve Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Bhurбhuvasva Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। Shri Krishna Vishnu Madhusudana Ketapale Narayana Achyuta Trivikrama Chakrapale Daitadi Sajadara Sridhara Vasudeva Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Rukmini Shabhavanasa Hare Murare Radesha Gopisa Sarupa Pramari Vandya Shri Dharayashraya Vaikunta Pate Bhuvanita Murte Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Vinatayena Mandarupa Varara Murte Shri Vikramaya Gune Budurama Rama Shri Rama Krishna Yadunandana Kalki Rupa Gopala Krishna Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Govinda Madhava Mukunda Parat Paresha Damodara Jadara Nandana Darishori Gopa Gopi Jana Samrita Dina Bandhu Gopi Jana Priya Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Bhakti Shaya Mugadadi Dapaya Shaya Sad Bhakta Isavada Shaya Ramanga Shaya Shri Gopa Vama Mudatavya Supadya Shaya Gopa Vallabha Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Kashyapanti Sukanarada Gautamani Brahmarshi Sangamani Sangava Bharatesho Tishtanti Deva Dava Darshana Bhagya Hito Gopala Shekhara Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Mandala Thali Tulasi Dala Malikadyahe Mayani Anjani Pute Samudararanti Tishtanti Tvatpavatadara Rade Mulindyaha Radha Manohara Hare Tava Suprabhatam Verantayam Patati Gautamakana Guryaha Gayanti Satguna Gano Varadasa Vargaha Sankirtayanti Tava Nama Kavari Shesha Shri Narada Rashaya Tava Suprabhatam Govardhanodana Gopa Kishora Gopa Gopi Janamrita Sudesha Bhavaripota Shri Lokya Mohana Sumangala Divya Deha Shri Rukminisha Varada Tava Suprabhatam Shri Vatsya China Sagadata Vitari Data Bhaktarti Vanjana Katapriya Dina Bandho Daitanta Gayati Jana Priya Dina Rupa Shri Nanda Gopatanaya Tava Suprabhatam Padmaksha Padma Mukha Padmadara Prameya Padmalaya Sarita Padma Nirasa Shori Padma Bhavani Surasirata Pada Padma Padma Dinata Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Rehanta Levi Aranaya Mahendra Vandya Kandarpadarpa Arati Sudeshwarupa Chandrananaya Siddha Chandana Lipya Deha Govinda Yadava Hare Tava Suprabhatam Shri Nanda Nandana Dashora Kumara Dira Mayanga Dina Ravichona Supushpahara Nilambura Susharira Ramavirara Gopala Deva Haraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Bhasri Jambavadi Satta Sukandi Badra Shri Mitra Vingya Nivasha Prabhu Putrikadya He Tishtanti Divya Bhava Metsava Sevanardam Gopi Mana Priyaraye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Achyuta Ananda Mukunda Shori Radha Manohara Janardana Chakrapane Namani Divya Munayona Nishambaranti Brahmi Muhurta Samaye Tava Suprabhatam Shri Krishna Suprabhatam Ye Paranti Arisham Bhuri Krita Mahapapa Shri Krishna Grayetukam
Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Chittanmayi Pragaya Sanma Sukalpa Vriksha Laksha Vriteshu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shata Sambrama Sevyamana Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamam Bhajami Venum Kvamantam Aravinda Dalaya Taksham Bharavatam Sasitam Muda Sundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandra Kala Sadvanamaya Vamshi Radnam Gadam Pranaya Keli Kala Vilasam Shamam Tribangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalindriya Vrittimanti Pashanti Panti Galayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shadavashada Sampramanyo Vayora Bhakti Manaso Muni Pungavana Sopyasi Yatra Padasindha Chinyatadve Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Sora Chaitum Jagananda Kotim Yachakshirasti Jagananta Jayayaranta Antatarasta Paramanuchayatarastam Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yadbhava Bhavitadiyo Manujasta Deva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhushaha Sukheyameva Nigama Pratitestu Vanti
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Prativabhitaris Tabirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalavi Goloka Eva Nivasatya Kilanma Bhuto Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yakshama Sundaramachindya Guna Swarupam
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramari Murti Shukalani Yamena Tishtam Nanavatara Makaro Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Svayam Samavata Paramapumanyo Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Prabhavadavato Jagananda Koti Koti Shvashesha Vasudhali Vibhuti Vina Tat Brahmanishkalamanantam Ashesha Bhutam
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Maya Yasya Sagananda Shatani Sute Tregunyatad Vishaya Veda Vitayamana Sadvalamapi Parasadva Vishuddha Sattvam Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manashu Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratam Upetya Lila Itena Bhuvadani Jayati Chastram
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Golokanamini Chatam Nitale Chatasya Devi Maheshwari Dama Suteshu Teshu Tete Prabhaya Nichaya Veitasyayena Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Shri 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 Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha Chayeva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibhati Durga Vichana Rupam Api Yasya Chachesa Tesa
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Shriyam Yatata Divikara
Vishesha Yoga Sanjayate Naitata Pradikasteto Yashambhutam Api Tata Samupetikaya Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Dipakshireva Ida Shantaramabhyupetya Dipayate Vivitayentu Samana Dharma Yastagriyeva Isha Vishnutaya Vibhati Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami
Yakarananda Bhajate Bhajati Smayoga Nidramananda Jagananda Saroma Kupa Adara Shakti Malahamya Param Swamurti Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasya Kanishva Sitakala Matavalamya जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदान्तनाथः विष्णुर्महाशय यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि भासयतस्य सकलेषु निजेषु तेजः श्रियं कियत् प्रकृतयत्तपि तद्वात्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यत्पादपालवयुगं विदिताय कुम्भा वन्दे प्रणामसमये सकलादिजातः विघ्नं विहन्तु ममलस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि भाग्यमयी गगनमम्बुधरोदिशश्च कारस्तदात्मनि सन्ति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्मात् भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यच्चक्षुरेश सविता सकलाग्रहाणां राजा समस्त सुरमूर्तिरशेषतेजः यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति सम्पृतचालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि धर्मोत्थपापनिचयश्रुतयः समंसि रामादिकीर्तपदगामतयश्च जीवः यदर्थमत्र विभवः प्रकृतप्रभावः गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्मिन्द्रगोपमतवेन्द्रमहोत्सकर्म बन्धानरूपफलभाजमनातनोति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यं क्रोधकामसहजा प्रणयादिभीति वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवसेव्यभावहे संश्रित्य तस्य सदिशिं तमुनापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि ईश्वर परमकृष्ण सच्चिदानन्द विग्रह अनादिरादिर्गोविन्द सर्वकरण गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् हिरण्यवर्णामरिणीं सुवर्णरजतस्रजा चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तामहावः जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यामिरण्यं विन्देयं गामश्वं पुरुषानहम् अश्वपूर्वामृतमध्यां हस्तिनारप्रबोधिनीं श्रियं देवीमुपक्वये श्रियर्मा देवी जुषताम् तां सोऽस्मितां हिरण्यप्राकारामद्रां ज्वलन्तीं तृप्तां तर्पयन्तीं पद्मे स्थितां पद्मवर्णां तामिहोपक्वये श्रियम् चन्द्रां प्रभासां यशसा ज्वलन्तीं श्रियं लोके देवजुष्टामुदारां तां पद्मिनीमीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये लक्ष्मीर्मे नश्यतां त्वं वृणे आदित्यवर्णे तपसो निजातो वनस्पतिस्तव वृक्षोत बिल्वः तस्य फलानि तपसानुरन्तु मायान्तरायाश्च बाया अलक्ष्मीः उपेतु मां देव सखा कीडिष्टमनिना सह प्रादुर्भूतोऽस्मि राष्ट्रेऽस्मिन् क्षिप्तमृत्युं ददातु मे क्षत्पिपासामलां ज्येष्ठामलक्ष्मीं नाशयाम्यहम् अभूतिमसमृद्धिं च सर्वान् निर्दुदमीगृहात् गन्धक्त्वारां दुरदर्शां नित्यपुष्टां किरीशिनीम् ईश्वरीगुं सर्वभूतानां तामिहो भक्वये श्रयम् मनसः काममाकूतिं वाचः सत्यमश्रीमहि पशूनां रूपमन्नस्य महेशेषयथाम्यशः कर्तमेन प्रजा भूता मयि सम्भव कर्दमा क्षयं वासय मे कुले मातरं पद्ममालिनीम् आपस्फुरन्तु स्निग्धानि चिक्रीतवस मे गृहे निज देवी मातरं श्रियं वासय मे कुले अर्द्रां पुष्करिणी पुष्टिं सुवर्णामेव मालिनीं सूर्यां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः अर्द्रां यक्करिणीं यष्टिं पिङ्गलां पद्ममालिनीं चन्द्रां हिरण्मयीं लक्ष्मीं जातवेदो महावः तामावह जातवेदो लक्ष्मीमनपगामिनीं यस्यामिरण्यं प्रभूतं गावो दास्योश्वान् विन्देयं पुरुषानहम् यस्य क्षिप्रयतो भूत्वा जुहुयादाजमन्वहम् सूक्तं पञ्चदशचं च श्रीकामः सततं जपेत् पद्मप्रिये पद्मिनि पद्महस्ते पद्मालये पद्मदलायताक्षी विश्वप्रिये विष्णुमनोनुकोले त्वत्पादपद्मं महि सन्निरस्वा महादेवे च विद्महे विष्णुपत्न्यै च धीमहि तन्नो लक्ष्मी प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्तिः 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 भूमिर्भुम्नाद्यौ परिनन्तरिक्षं महित्वा उपस्थिते देवतिथिग्मन्नादमन्नाध्यायादने आयङ्गो भृष्णिरक्रमीरसनन्मातरं पुनः पितरं च प्रयंसुवः त्रिगुंशत्तामविराजति वाक्पतङ्गाय शिष्यये प्रत्यस्य वहत्युभिः अस्य प्राणादपानन्यन्दश्चरनिरोचना व्यक्यन्महिषः सुवः यद्वा कृतः परोपमन्युनायदवट्य सुकल्पमग्ने तत्तव पुनस्तोतीपयामसि यत्ते मन्युपरोक्तस्य पृथिवीमनुदद्वसे आदित्या विश्वे तत्तेवावसवश्च समापरन् मनो ज्योतिर्जुषतामच्छं विच्छिन्नं यज्ञगुं समिमं ददातु बृहस्पतिस्तनुतामिमं नो विश्वे देवायमादयन्ताम् मेदिनी देवी वसुन्धरा स्याद्वसुधा देवी वासवी ब्रह्मवच्चसः पितॄणागुं श्रोत्रं चक्षुर्मनः देवी हिरण्यगर्भिणी देवी प्रसूवरी सदने सद्यायनी सीदा समुद्रवती सावित्री अनो देवी मय्यङ्गी महोदरणी महोवितिष्ठा शृङ्गे शृङ्गे यज्ञे यज्ञे विभीषणी इन्द्रपत्नी व्यापिनी सुरसरिहा वायुमती जलशयनी श्रियं धाराय सत्यन्दो परिमेदिनी शोपरिरदम्बरिगाय विष्णुपत्नी महीं देवी माधवी माधवप्रियां लक्ष्मी प्रियसखीं देवीं नमाम्यच्युत वल्लभां धनुधरायै विद्महे सर्वसिद्ध्यै च धीमहि तन्नो धरा प्रचोदयात् Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Leelam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapatye. Granahi Gritavati Savitaradhipatyai Payasvati Rantirashano Astu. Trivadisham Vishnupatya Gora Seshana Sahasoya Manota. Prahaspatir Matarishvota Vayus Samduvana Vata Abhinogrananto. Vishdambo Vivodarna Prativya Asyeshana Jagato Vishnupatni. Mahadeve cha Vidmahe Vishnupatnye cha Dhimahi. Tanno Leela Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Om Agnanatimirandhasya Gnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Good day. Good morning. Today we will read from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 26, verse 32. Nimajyotamitam matam gore bhavatu paramoyanam shanto brahma vida shanta narde vapshu majatam. The devotees of the Lord, peacefully fixed in absolute knowledge, are the ultimate shelter for those who are repeatedly rising and failing within the fearful ocean of material life. Such devotees are just like a strong boat that comes to rescue persons who are at the point of drowning. So, just to give you a bit of context, this is the part where Lord is speaking about his devotees, or rather, how his devotees are, what are the signs of his devotee, and behaviors. So when I was yesterday reading this verse, I was thinking how to actually become like this, because I think we are all constantly just falling and rising, and sometimes, at least in myself, this is this steadiness and clarity which is often missing. And I mostly identify two things. For me, it's the first thing which comes to my mind is to actually become like this, like verse says, strong boat that comes to rescue persons who are at the point of drowning. In order to actually help people, we just have to, I think it's a must to develop intimate relationship with the Lord. Now, for me, what does it mean intimate is that he becomes close as a breath itself, which is also something that I see or I experience between Tulsi and Guruji. Like they are so close that, as I mentioned already, but Guruji does not speak a lot about Tulsi because he doesn't need to. It's just they have such an intimate relationship. And in order to develop this intimate relationship, it's not, we have to see, or we have to develop personal relationship with the God. Now, when I say personal, I mean to actually see him as a person. And I think that mistake that we often do as devotees is we see God as a omnipotent God who is just like amazing, but he's very far away. Like he's very unrelatable, omniscient, yeah. And he is, of course, but he is also not. He also has a personality, and this part of God, I believe, we have to acknowledge, or we have to accept this part of him also if we want to really develop this intimate relationship with him. So when I was recently with Guruji, we were in the plane, and before I traveled with him, because I was alone, I was getting messages constantly like, "Are you ready?" Because traveling with him alone might be challenging, yeah. So I get like messages, "Bro, are you okay? You ready? Like, you have this, you have that." And I'm like, yeah. And then one of the Prabhus also came to me, he was very close, and he said, "Yeah, like traveling with him alone can be like challenging, because when you do first mistake, like then just don't make second one and third one, because then it's just very uncomfortable." So I say, okay, very encouraging. And what I decided consciously is that I will just not go into this fear. Yeah, like fear of how it's going to be. And if something goes wrong, yeah, I'm just going to get a little bit of instructions. Yeah, and that's it. Like I'll not be afraid, like just be panicking around Guruji, which I don't think he likes. So I didn't. And we were in the airport, and we were waiting to get on the plane. And everything was very nice. Everything, first time in my life I had very open, very personal conversation with him, where he also expressed himself. And when we went to a plane, he told me, I sit next to him, and he told me, if you want to be happy, you have to do three things. First thing is just focus on one thing and ignore all other thoughts. Second thing, serve others, like serve people constantly. And third thing is, when you laugh, you actually you would do this very naturally. And I was thinking a lot about it, because I think that's pretty amazing instructions. And when we were also in the plane, is what happened is that I could perceive, or rather he showed me a little bit of his, not a little bit, a lot of his human side, which I believe that I had, at least in the past, and I believe some devotees still have, like trouble to accept. Because I think it's to some point it's easier to accept God who is omniscient, omnipotent, than God who is also human, or he came to be a human, which is also perfect. And I don't believe that we can develop intimate relationship if we don't accept and build relationship with both aspects of him. Because when he comes, he also shows personality, because it's personal God. And even if you see what Guruji does for us in this material plane, it's very easy to develop personal relationship with him. Because I see him traveling, if you know his schedule, yeah, I see him traveling to every country. And people might think, yeah, it's yeah, traveling is nice. Everybody likes travel. Yes, but not like traveling like crazy. Yeah, Guruji is traveling a lot. He does not sleep, all the jet lags, everything. It's not so comfortable. Yeah, and he does it. And he told me, like when he came in India in the beginning, from India in the beginning of the year, he said, I'm just traveling to see my devotees because many of them, they cannot come and see me. So if devotees who cannot because of financial state or whatever circumstances in their life, they cannot see him, he will go and travel to many countries to see them. And it just tells so much about him, even on this personal plane. Like he's so even thinking about this, I believe relationship can be established, a personal relationship can be established very easy. And second thing, we were talking about his tweets, because he was writing tweets and I was just sitting there like doing my job. I enjoyed. But then it was like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. And then he just said, sorry, I'm just writing tweets. And then we started to speak about it. And I told him, you know, Guruji, you have also Instagram. And we also post your tweets there. And you have 100,000 followers, by the way, because I know he's very not familiar with this or uninterested in social media. And he said, really nice. Okay, you also post there, nice. And then I started to discuss some new strategies. How could we use this? How can we use these tweets and stuff? He said, I just don't care. I just write my life. Like, I just write my life. And I don't think we realize what gems these tweets are, because he expresses himself through these tweets. And what he does with this, he allows us to see him or to get to know him much more personally, because you have to know person to actually develop personal relationship. Now, for sure, we don't know, or at least me, we don't know this omnipotent, omniscient God, which is, far away. But that's why he comes here and he brings God, he brings himself so close. Like his character is not different, his personality is not different, because he expresses himself and he's constantly allowing us and offering us, look, this is my point of view. Yeah, this is I'm writing my life. Like it's just fully expression of himself. And once I realized this, and once I realized that when Guruji comes and he asks in satsangs, do you have any questions? And sometimes we don't have, or questions are like a little bit not so important. Yeah, let's put it like this. I'm just seeing that he's just giving us opportunity to actually ask about him, like how does he see things? Because whenever we understand how he sees things, what is his perspective of life, on himself, on God, we can actually come closer. It's a magnet. It's something that he just gave us freely so we can build personal relationship with him. And it's so important, because we cannot build relationship with somebody who is omnipotent God. Yeah, like it's just somewhere, it's too far away from us. It is there, but it's too far away. But he brings God so close. He brings his personality so close and even express it to all of us. So listening to his satsang, to actually develop this intimate relationship, to become, like a verse said, a boat for others, is to spend time with him. And because many of us, obviously, we cannot spend just physically, constantly being with him. That would be easier. But to actually develop this inside relationship, intimate relationship with him, this is our tools which are incredibly valuable. Because whenever we are listening his satsang, he expressing himself. And some satsang more and some less. And that means that we can get to know him, I know how you see things. Yeah. And then you start to subconsciously, just very natural thing that we just start to develop this relationship, which is very close. And then when we read tweets, we can see like it's such a amazing expression. Like even with the words which he used is very poetic. Yeah, it's amazing. So once we actually engage with these things, not just by the way, but actually take time and actually put a little bit more effort and really take time for this intimate relationship can really happen. And from my experience, this is why, or this is where all of the magic happens. And it also reflects on the outside. And it's very important if like when we see God just somebody who is omnipotent, for example, for me, the first thought is fear. Yeah, I'm just afraid of somebody who is like so big. Yeah, he's so out of my reach. It's so uncomfortable. And you can see like Guruji bringing this fear out and just help us to relate with him on a hour. Like he brings himself so much down that we can relate with him, that it's touching. Yeah, it's really something which is incredible. And once we were also in Hungary, I saw how he plays with these fears. Yeah, so in his way, which is very amusing sometimes. So once we were cooking in Hungary when it was temple inauguration, and I was helping Lakshmi with some cooking, and then there was a Mataji there, not devotee, around 75 years old, and she was just washing dishes. I never saw her. And then Guruji pops up in the kitchen, we talk a little bit, and then he, out of nowhere, he manifests this Mataji ring. So she's very happy. She doesn't know what to do exactly, because it's not that you can see this every day. So so we are having fun, it's very relaxed, and I said, look Guruji, it's the same ring, because it was the same ring as I had. So then he pushed this Mataji, 75 years old, next to me, and he said, yeah, now you can get married. And I'm like, whoa. And then he started to do his some whatever marriage thing, yeah. And I'm standing there like in complete shock. Like I was like, how this happened? Like I just said it's the same ring, and now I'm married 5 minutes ago. So then I just went, like he left, and I'm just like staring at him like in complete shock, and he's laughing at me. And obviously, just to clarify, there was no marriage happening. Yes, still in yellow, everything good. But later on, I was just thinking, because that is one of my fears, and I believe that every brahmachari has it, and I think it's even healthy to some extent, like just not to mess it up. Yeah, and that's one of the things which is easy to mess it up, or the most frequent thing which people mess it up. So that was also my fear, and I just saw it how he played with it. Yeah, like it was so funny, but at the same time I was like, it was something, yeah, which is just, yeah, you don't want to get married. I think nobody in yellow wants to. So and then the next thing, which was also in Hungary, Hungary brings the best of Guruji, and he was doing Shah and Arati once we inaugurated the temple, and I asked him, do you have fire? Like, do you have like to light it up, Shah and Arati? And he turns to me and he said, what? You want me to fire you? I'm like, no, I just asked if you have fire. Yeah, nothing. I don't want to be fired. I imagine you're fired by your guru. This is like the worst thing can happen to you. And later on, I was also realizing that that's also one of my fears, to actually be fired or to leave ashram in one way or another, yeah, which is very connected, but it is something, yeah. So he makes all this, he makes our life very easy in many ways. And while him expressing himself in that or another way, like even with these jokes and stuff, he just becomes very relatable. Yeah, and this relationship can start to flourish, he becomes closer. And then we can actually see him or start to perceive him more and more in our life, because we just naturally spend time with him. And naturally we think of him. And Guruji is somebody who, once we develop this, it's very easy to think of him, because he's funny, he's writing tweets, yeah, he's in many ways just beyond amazing. And if you compare this with other gurus, it's just not comparable. Because even in India, like I was watching some documentary and stuff, like there were some gurus you cannot even look at them. No, you build relationship with him, you don't even know his face. Yeah. Well, Guruji comes here, he's with us, he's spending time, he's opening temples. It's amazing. Like when I saw how he treats people, like not even devotees, just people who are there, like he just gave himself fully. No restrictions. He will spend time, he will not sleep, he will not eat, it doesn't matter. If he has to go and talk with one person, he will go and talk. And I can also show what is the influence that he has, because whenever he visits the country, like something started to change. No, it's really beautiful to see. And second thing which I saw, that we get lost, or it disabled us to actually build this relationship, is when we start to over-analyzing things. And I saw this also there when I was traveling with him, because when you travel with him, it's you have the grace to be focused just on him. And it's like we were maybe sleeping for 2-3 hours per day, sometimes 1 hour. And it was zero problem, because you're just focused on him. Like you just eat whenever you have 5 seconds to grab something, and that's it. Like it's not important. You forget about yourself completely. And it really gave me perspective, because before that, I have the tendency, which I believe many so-called spiritual people have, is that over-analyzing things. So for example, you experience anger. Yeah, Nila Madhava just walks by and you're super angry at Nila Madhava. Yeah, you don't know why. And then you go and sit, and then you start over-analyzing where this anger comes from. And then you spend like days and days, like, why was I angry on Nila Madhava? What was the cause? Yeah, and we are doing this constantly, because we are just spiritual people, and we have to know what is the cause of this anger. And I had the same tendency, yeah, because you just want to know, like, to remove it. You don't want to have this. But the truth is that the more we overthink, the more we go into that, it's the more we are actually dwelling on our weakness and our negativity, because we are just thinking of this particular quality. And this is just ego trap, because we are thinking of ourselves. Like we can spend hours of analyzing, go in meditation, put some music, yeah, and just go into where this anger comes from. Yeah, and then it's just constantly thinking about it. But what is happening is that we are just thinking about ourselves. And while I was traveling with Guruji, I saw that he brings up so many things, like crazy. Yeah, so many emotions, so many things just arise. And you don't have time to think of it. You don't have time to actually go, okay, it's 9 o'clock. Let me go into my meditation. Why was I sad today at 10:30. Yeah, you don't have time to do this. So you just go with it. And the more you think of him, these things just go away. Like, don't get me wrong, of course we have to self-analyze ourselves, but not spend hours like dwelling on this. We just have to realize that, okay, it's there, and then put our mind on him. And while we're serving him, while we're just not thinking of him, while we're thinking of him, these things go away. And I had recently, my dad was visiting, and he asked me if we could talk. I said yes. This is something serious. Yeah. So my dad is obviously he's following Guruji since quite some time, and there are some things in his life which just came up, and he told me, so this is my problem. How did you deal with it? And I was surprised, because I think it takes quite some humility to ask your son for a help, which is at least 30 years younger. Yeah, so that was nice. And then I obviously just told him what Guruji said. And then I said, because he wants to get rid of something, and then he was over-analyzing. And I said, but you have Guruji, like just ask him for help, and just like these things, or it will happen very naturally that you understand what you have to whenever after Kriya, and then it will go away, or it will just go away without you really knowing. And he was like, yeah, it's true. I don't need to do it alone. Like, it was a eureka moment for him. Yeah, and I think that we have this, everybody has this to some extent, because there is a lot of things which we think that we have to do it ourselves, we can do it ourselves, and then we just, okay, now I'm by my own, let me just get rid of some stuff. But it's actually just spending time with him, be focused on him, and then these things will just go away, because that's our path. Like, and this is also the part that we can build relationship with him by thinking of him. And all these things will just disappear. So, as a conclusion, I think there are two misconceptions in spirituality, and that first is that we just have to, or we accept just one aspect of the God, because it's, to some extent, it's more comfortable. And because we are so lucky that we have Guruji, we have to acknowledge the personal aspect of him, while building personal, intimate relationship with him. And he made it very easy for us. He's expressing himself, he's giving a lot of satsang, he's tweeting. It's just something which is very natural, and what more we engage with it, more time we spend with him inside, more we can see the real value of this, what he's giving, and more we can actually build meaningful and intimate relationship with him. And second thing is, when we overanalyze things, if we are just there and just serve and not think too much of it, all these things would just go away, because that's his grace. And that's how we can actually become a boat for others, because then once we spend time with him, then we start to vibrate him. Yeah, it's like we, in many ways, we become like him. Not him, but like him. And by doing that, just with our presence, we can help others. We don't need to give them advices or make a big talks or whatever, but just with our presence, we can actually help people, because then it becomes his presence. And this is how, with these two things, I believe we can really achieve this, and we can really help others. And that's what Loka Sangraha is. And just for as a conclusion or as a finish, I would like to just say one thing, which I also notice: when you're with Guruji privately, you will see that he is very, very simple. Yeah, everything which, like all these asanas, he accept this because we want to put him there. And one example is, we were in Slovenia and he asked me to iron his clothes, and it was 5 a.m. Like, we didn't sleep since quite some hours. I forgot to count. And I knew that this is where the mistake happens, because I heard too many stories of people burning his clothes. Yeah, and so I was just, it's 5 a.m. I'm not the sharpest anymore, so I just have to take it easy. Like, I have to think about it. Yeah, so Shrestha was there. So Shrestha is very practical. So I put the the iron on minimum. Yeah, and then I start to iron, and Shrestha was looking at me, and it was like, you want me to help you? I'm like, yeah. And then Shrestha came and he started to iron. And then the iron was just not great, yeah. And with Guruji clothes, like, just to make it clear, like, this is not like this clothes, yeah. That's easy to iron, but his clothes are a little bit more sensitive, yeah. So you have to put the right settings and stuff. So then Shrestha did a better job, and then Jiva came and he also did, and then we were ironing, I don't know, 45 minutes, 1 hour, something like this, like crazy, yeah. So then Guruji just came, and he just like, you still not finished, come on, man. And then he put like settings which I would not dare to on iron, and then he started to iron his clothes. Yeah, so then you just feel bad because you don't want him to iron his clothes. I was just holding something in the end, which was completely useless, but at least something, yeah. So all I wanted to say is that Guruji is very simple. Yeah, and this simplicity, it's also one of the qualities which I think it's very relatable. And just by thinking of these things, relating with him through stories, through tweets, through satsang, it just allows us to really experience this intimate relationship with him. And that's how, in the end of the day, that's everything we have to do. Jai Gurudev.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Pralada Daine.
Pralada Daine.
Hiranyakashipurvaksha. Shilatankana kalaye.
Shilatankana kalaye.
Ito narasimo parato narasimo. Yato yamitato narasimo. Bhaya narasimo hridaye narasimo. Narasimha Marim Sharanam Prapatye.
To Narasimo Parato Narasimo. Yato Yamitato Narasimo. Vahe Narasimo Hidaye Narasimo. Narasimha Marim Sharanam Prapatye.
Avakara Kamalavare Nakamadbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare
Avakara Kamalavare
Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Keshavadrita Narari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare
Oh Jaya Nashingadev, 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 Jaya Nashingadev,
Jaya Narshingadev, 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 Jaya Narshingadev.
Oh Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj,
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Bhakta Swarupa Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev,
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev, Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev,
Sri Vishwananda Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Gurudev, 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 Sri Vishwananda Gurudev.
Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me. Yatindraya Karunakaraya Mangala Mangala Me. Prapatti Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me. Prapatti Dharme Karataya Mangala Mangala Me. Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me. Shaligrama Pratishtitaya Mangala Mangala Me. Tridandandani Gora Prataya Mangala Mangala Me. Tridandandani Gora Prataya Mangala Mangala Me. Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Ramanuja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Yatiraja, Ramanuja, Mangala Mangala Me. Rangesha Kenkararataya Mangala Mangala Me. Rangesha Kenkararataya Rataya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Darina Daraya Mangala Mangala Me Mananataya Darina Daraya Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Ramanuja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Yatiraja Ramanuja Mangala Mangala Me Mangala Mangala Me Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Hara Vishnu Vidata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Umagarama Brahmani Tumahi Jagamata Meya Tumahi Jagamata Surya Chandra Madhyavata Surya Chandra Madhyavata Narana Shishigata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Durga Rupani Ranjani Sukha Sampati Data Meya Sukha Sampati Data Jo koi tumako dhyavata Jo koi tumako dhyavata Kriti Siddhi Dhanavata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumapatani Vasini Tumahi Shubhadata Meya Tumahi Shubhadata Karma Prabhava Prakashini Karma Prabhava Prakashini Bhavani Dikritata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Nisagara Mentu Marathi Sabasa Gunata Meya Sabasa Gunata Sabasam Bhava Ho Jata Sabasam Bhava Ho Jata Mananayakalata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumma Vinayana na hote Vasra na koi pata Meya Vasra na koi pata Kana Brahma Kare Bhava Kana Brahma Kare Bhava Sabatuma Serata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Subhaguna Mandira Sundara Shiro Dhadigata Meya Shiro Dhadigata Rana Chadura Rasa Tumavina Rana Chadura Rasa Tumavina Koi Nahi Pata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Mahalakshmi Ji ki Arati Jo koi Janagata Meya Jo koi Janagata Pura Ananda Samata Pura Ananda Samata Papa Udaragata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Hara Vishnu Vidata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Hara Vishnu Vidata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Meya Jaya Lakshmi Mata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Tumako Nisharina Sevata Hara Vishnu Vidata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata Om Jaya Lakshmi Mata
Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Asato ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Prem se bolo Lakshmi Narai Bhagavan ki, Prem se bolo Bhutabhrteshwarnath Mandir ki, Prem se bolo Shri Radha Krishna Kanhaiya Lal ki, Prem se bolo Bhavatara Kriya Babaji ki, Prem se bolo Shri Ramanujacharya ki, Prem se bolo Sadguru Deva Sri Swami Vishwananda Mahaprabhu ki. Krishnaya Govindaya Gopi Janavalabhaya Paraya Paramapurushaya Parakarma Mantriyanta Tanta Oshadani Sastrani Samarai Samarai Mityor Mochai Mochai. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Ditti Jvadapitai Savidik Shabrampa Parasmane Parabrahmane Parajyotishe Swaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Hari Om. Nityai Gora Pramanande, Hari Om. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Sham. Vekvatamana Govinda, Gopi Jivana Swarana Govinda, Bhakti Vatsala Govinda, Govinda Govinda Govinda. Pundalik Paradade, Ekanath Namdev, Pandalinath Maharaj ki, Samasta Bhakta Mandali ki, Alvadam Panamanathi Lakuvadaye Shada.